That's the infamous Donna Whitlock.
Yes. Troublemaker. Yes.
I knew that to begin with. How's your mama?
Good. She's doing good.
Yeah, my parents are doing well. They've got their first shot of their two this week.
Trying to figure this out. Sorry, Harrison.
That's okay. You want Sharon to help you with computer stuff?
No. I probably need her.
Good evening, my beautiful neighbors. It's of course 6 o'clock. Let's wait maybe a couple of more minutes before we get started.
Okay.
Why it's so quiet? I may need to get some bumper music to play in the beginning of the meeting, or somebody can just sing for us. I'm not sure who can sing on the call or the meeting, but if you would like to sing or play some music before we get started, I would love that. I'm kidding, by the way. So it is 6:02. So we can go ahead and get started. And I'll be looking back and forth because I'm trying to take notes as well. I do see some new names. Again, I always try to introduce myself. Oh, it's happy 2021 too, by the way. It is a new year. Hopefully 2021 will be better than 2020. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And I think we may have Shalita Pureforce. She may be on the call as well. She's our vice president still. And like I always say, every call or every meeting, I'm always looking for a secretary. So if you're interested in serving in that capacity, always reach out to me and let me know. I want to also share that if you're calling in or if you are using your phone, I think you should be able to dial *6, and that will mute your phone. And if you want to mute it again, it's *6 again. Now, if I'm incorrect in that information, please somebody correct me in that. But I wanted to look that up and I found it, and I think that's what it is. But if it's not, just let me know, or just speak the truth. Hopefully, everybody had a chance to look at the meeting minutes. I know I type them I type them quick, so I know there may be some grammatical errors. So don't hold that against me. I also created us a YouTube channel where I upload the meetings there too, because I had them on Google Drive, but I had some neighbors saying that it was a little difficult get into the Google Drive to look at the video. So it's a little easier to look at it on YouTube. It's not, it's a public page, of course, but the videos are not listed. So the only way that you can look at the videos is if you have the link, which I share the link with the neighborhood and the neighbors, of course. So you can just click on it and you can look at the video of the last meeting. And also in the email, I included the meeting minutes from our November meeting. So hopefully everybody had an opportunity to look at those meeting minutes. And at this time, I did send out the agenda, but I'm going to change it. Item number 3, under items to be approved, I have requested some additional information from Ms. Molly for number 2 and number 3, but I didn't really receive anything. So I think we're going to scratch those 2. But if you all remember, we did approve Avon. I think it's Avani, if I'm saying that correctly. It was like a wine bar with like small snacks, and there may be some additional information that she wants to talk about for number 1. So those are really the only changes that I have. We're going to scratch number 2 and number 3 on the items to be approved. And hopefully, I'm not sure if Molly's on or not, but if not, then we can just wait until the next minute until we receive more information. So I feel like I'm talking a lot. So with that, are there any questions about the meeting minutes from the November meeting? And if so, I can you can speak and I can get it corrected. Or if you don't have a copy of it, I can make sure you get a copy of it after the meeting if we don't want to vote on it. Okay, no questions. So with the, I guess, amended agenda, removing number 2 and number 3, as far as like the items that we may be talking about today that maybe need to be approved, is there a motion to accept the meeting minutes and the agenda that we have set forth for us tonight?
Motion.
All right, who was that?
Harrison. Delverton.
All right. Is there a second?
I second it.
Okay, I was about to say not all at one time now. Is that Sydney, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, all in favor of that? Just say, I don't know. I think now you can raise your hand, but is anybody opposed to it? Okay. Hey, Mike, how you doing? All right, so let's just go ahead and get started. I don't think anybody opposed that. So we're just going to jump into the open reports. And I guess we have the Birmingham Public Library. I think I saw Corinne jump on. Are you on, or do you have a representative from the BPL that would like to speak or give an update?
No, it's just me.
Okay, hey, how are you?
Hi, fine. How are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Well, good, good. As most of you will hopefully know, the library is back open, especially the Central Library. We are now Monday through Saturday, 9 to 4 o'clock. Okay, so 9 to 4 o'clock, Monday through Saturday. And so we, slowly got to that point, but we're at that point now where we can, we have a lot of social distancing going on in the library. We do not have chairs for people to sit unless they're using the computers. And we have those spaced out at least 6 feet apart also. But people can come in, select your item that you want, check it out and leave basically. Because we are encouraging that you just come in quickly, get what you need and leave out due to COVID. So we don't have people sitting in groups in there to make it safe for everyone around. But like I said, we're back open now. So come and visit, get what you like. We still have our curbside services available also for 9 to 4, and that's at most of our locations. And Avondale is really big on curbside, so I don't know if you all know that. But basically, you can call them and just say, I want such and such item. And then once you get to the library, you can also call back and say, I'm here, and they'll be available for you. So I just want to let you know we're back open. So any questions for the library? All right, that's it.
Well, I want to thank you for what you do. And, you know, I know
Mhm.
in the beginning stages, it was very difficult. But as I say in the board meetings, we appreciate the staff and the things that you do for our neighborhood and our community. I do share the stats that with our next door and I think on Facebook. So people are aware of what you all
Yeah.
do. And we really enjoy those stats. I get a lot of feedback as far as
Good.
I know, you know, feedback is from the residents as far as like, you know, the way to tell your story is to, you know, tell your story. So
Tell your story,
I think
right.
the stats, those stats give a glimpse of what you all are doing, and we thank you for that. And as always, if I can do anything, you know, just let me know. But I'm
All
pretty
right.
sure, you know, we have residents on the call as well who would love to volunteer and help as well.
All right. Well, good. All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty.
And I want to go back. Is there, before we move forward, I want to, is there anybody in the meeting that called in who wants to be counted as being on the call? Because, you know, you have to register, but if you didn't register and you just used the number, please just dial *6 and just state your name and if you are a resident or not, or Central City residents. Okay, I'll be checking in from time to time just to be sure if anybody who calls in want to speak up and just state your name and where you stay. All right. Do we have anybody from the police department? Okay. Do we have anybody from Public Works?
Yes,
Hey, how are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
We're pretty good, pretty good. We're glad to have you on. I know we've been missing Public Works the last few months or so, but I think we talked, and you said Miss Wheeler retired, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So at this time, just, you know, just state your name and then we can go from there.
Okay, my name is Thais Williams. I replaced Tammy Wheeler. I am the inspector for Central City. I think I gave you all my information, like my personal cell phone number and my work number. And I want to handle all the complaints.
So, okay. So as far as, I guess, will you be, interacting as like Tammy? She would just really just ask us, is there anything that we want to report? And then you would take it back. Do you want to handle it that way, or how would you want us to do?
You can do it. You can keep it the same way. I mean, it's totally up to you. I can take the complaints. I'm sitting at home. I have my notebook and pen ready. Or you can just consolidate all of them into an email and email them over to me. Either way, once I get them, I'll send them to the necessary department.
Okay. And I misspoke on that. Let's say complaints and, you know, things that are going well is also. So we don't want to always complain, but is there anybody on the call or in the meeting that has anything they would like to share?
What this lady here, what is she, I mean, what kind of complaints does she accept and handle with?
Yes, go ahead, Ms. Williams. She works with Public Works,
I'm-
so yeah, just kind
I'm
of tell
so
you your
sorry.
responsibility.
I'm so sorry, sir. I'm the code enforcement inspector for the neighborhood.
Okay.
I get complaints, for the most part, overgrown lots, illegal dumping, trying to think. I mean, if you just have a complaint, something that annoys you, black eye to the community, I can get it to where it needs to be.
Good. Okay. All right. So good. Thank you.
All right, are we good to go on Public Works?
Good with me.
All right, well, it sounds like we're good. Sounds like everything's just peachy, huh? which is a good thing, I suppose, right? All right, moving along. Do we have anybody on the from the fire department?
Yes, how's everyone doing this evening?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm well. I'm Lieutenant Horton at Station 1, located downtown, right across from City Hall. I just have a few things just to go over with everybody. We started back doing our smoke detector installations. If you're not familiar with the process, come down to your local fire station, give us your information as far as your address and phone number, and we'll give you a call back to set up a date to come out and install your smoke detectors for you. Our COVID responses on the fire department has spiked, unfortunately, but we're still responding to just about any and everything that goes out. We're in the winter months, so using alternative sources of heating your house like space heaters and whatnot. We just ask that you be careful. Don't place them in front of furniture. Don't drape anything over them, and don't leave your house with your space heaters plugged up and unattended. We're still under a state and citywide ordinance for wearing your mask, so we ask that everybody just do their part, wear their mask, try to curb the COVID. And last but not least, we're still doing blood pressure checks at the fire stations as well. Anytime you need your blood pressure check, feel free to come by. We got no problem doing that. If you don't have a mask with you, we'll provide one for you. Any questions for the fire department?
What's the number for the smoke detectors? The call for that?
The number, you can come by state. If you want to come by the station, we're located at 1808 7th Avenue North. And the phone number here is 205-254-7769.
All right, thank you.
I have a question.
Yes,
First, I want to say thank you, Lieutenant. After the last meeting we had, and we were told about the getting the fire alarm, what do you call it? The fire things for the house. I
Smoke
just forgot. Yeah, sorry, I forgot what I was trying to say. I know two people. I told one, and then they called in and got one, and she told somebody else that she knew, and they got the fire department. And they talked about how professional and how nice the firemen were when they came out and installed it for them. So thank you for that. And then the other thing I wanted to mention was on some of the, and we've talked about it before, but this time I'm going to write it down. When you live in a condo building and you want to get the, say the wellness check to go on your building, can you kind of tell us that process, what we need to do?
ask that question again, I'm sorry.
To get like the wellness check, the, for emergency, so if you came, you wouldn't have to break the door down. I see some of the buildings have like a lockbox outside,
Right.
and it is for you guys to come in. And then if we get this box, and then do you get keys? Tell us how that works, because I don't know.
Okay, so if you had a lockbox key installed outside your building,
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about how would you go about us getting the key to that box to get in?
Yes, and then what about keys to the apartments that are in there? Then what happens once we get you inside the building?
Okay, so whoever the building manager, they should probably put a master key inside of that box. All the stations that service, all the stations in the city, really, we all have what's called a DocsBox key. So we'll have access to that box. But if you put like a key fob in there or a master key to the apartments in there, that'll be a big help for us to get in there without having to force a door. But we're gonna do everything we can to not force a door. So if we're in a dire emergency, we're going to let the door go. Okay. But just speak with your building manager about getting first getting that DocsBox installed. Notify the local fire department so we can let all the responding units around know that, hey, this building has this DocsBox key. And then once you get that installed, like I said, the building manager should put a master key in there.
Okay, and where do we get the master lockbox? I know that we buy it. Where do we purchase that from? Or
I don't want to give you a false website. So So Mr. Sullivan, if you have my email, if you can reach out, if Mrs. Sullivan will reach out to me sometime, even today or whatnot, and I'll get an accurate answer for you so you can know where to look that up.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, I sent the email right after or during this meeting, so I can go ahead and get it to you.
Okay, and I have that for you. Like I said, you can reach out to the rest of the neighbors in the neighborhood and let them all know.
Okay, I will. Any more questions? All right. Well, man, thank you for what you do. And just continue to be safe, and we appreciate everything.
Okay, thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you for calling in.
Okay.
Moving along, let's see. Anybody from the city of Birmingham? I know Andre was having some issues calling in. He's our CRR, but I just sent him some information. Andre, are you on yet? Let me see. Okay. Do we have anybody from Councilor O'Quinn's office that would like to say anything or give an update?
Hey, James, this is Daryl.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey, doing well. Trying to get my video going here. I'm not sure you can see me, but anyway.
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah, all right, cool. All right, so just wanted to say a quick thank you for everyone who came out to the cleanup on Monday.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to be out there myself, but I sent my wife on my behalf. So
Yeah, hey, we were together probably most of the time walking around. So yeah, it was fun. She told me, what was going on, but don't worry about it, man. We know all that you do for us. You do a lot for us.
All right. Well, I think the area, especially the post office lots, there was a bunch of trash that was like hung up in the fence there.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That got cleaned up and that looks great. So thank you to everyone who participated in that. And thank you, James, for organizing that. You probably heard from Miss Arlene in my office. She probably gave you a hard time about not giving enough notice, but hey, man, I appreciate anybody who's making the effort to improve this city, regardless of the amount of prior planning. So thank you. We had our third virtual city council meeting today, and I guess the controversial items, if you might call it that, were the city council getting some outside legal assistance and working with the lobbyist for the upcoming session in Montgomery. With the federal government putting out another $900 billion in assistance to help with coronavirus. We want to make sure that we're well positioned and advocating on behalf of the city of Birmingham to direct those dollars to our constituents. So that is about it. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. Be happy to answer those.
Thank you for attending. Two questions I have. One would be, as you're getting off the off ramp on 280, 30, I guess that's 31 North, onto 6th Avenue, there's a pile of garbage left over from, I would say a panhandler, but it's a pretty good sized pile of garbage. And I hesitate to pick it up. I just don't want to do that for safety reasons. But
Sure.
That whole area right there, there's 4 or 5 gentlemen that live under the bridge, unfortunately, but there seems to be just more and more trash from their activities out right there on 6th Avenue and the off ramp on 31.
That's
right. I know exactly where you're talking about.
Is that south or that's not south, is it?
Will that be heading?
North, Sixth
heading-
Avenue North.
Yeah, 6th Avenue North, but getting off on the ramp right there on 6th Avenue, coming off that on 6th Avenue North right there.
Right. I know exactly where you're talking about, and I'll communicate that to Public Works that that area needs to be attended to.
And the other, my second item was, I live on 1st Avenue North and 22nd Street, also known as the Talladega 200 out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That has to stop. Sunday night, there were cars in excess of 60 to 70 miles an hour, and somebody's going to get killed. Whatever has to stop. And I personally would.
Yeah. So that I shake my head because that's a item that's, you know, is frustrating for me. You know, certainly you guys that have to live down there in the midst of all of that, I'm sure it's intolerable, but you know, I'm frustrated too because I have been down there and witnessed it myself. I remember going to watch the 4th of July fireworks, and I was actually standing on the 22nd Street Viaduct, and I watched a group of streetcar racers, you know, these guys in these souped up cars just making the block from 21st Street to 1st Avenue to 22nd Street down to 3rd Avenue South, and they were just making a circuit, you know. And I've seen it also, people drag racing literally down 1st Avenue North from 14th Street back towards the Birmingham Police Department headquarters. And I'm seeing this and I'm like, how can this be happening? You know, like literally right in front of Birmingham Police headquarters. So, you know, please know that I am very much aware of the problem and have communicated that to the mayor's office and, you know, continue to do so. So, and follow up, you know, to your mentioning it again, I'll do it again, you know, just to keep it on the front burner.
Yeah, and I guess a sub item to that, my second item there is that it's about to get spring, and that brings the motorcycles back out, and Barber Motorsports on 1st Avenue North and 22nd Street. And the cars, they park the cars and they get the Barber Motorsports out. So it's we're going to find a motorcycle up in or a car up in somebody's loft, and
right,
or you know, hit a pedestrian or something like that. It's
yeah, I know you say you stay on 1st and 22nd. Can you state your name? I was trying to see who was talking, but can you state your first and last name, please?
Yes, sir. My first name is Harrison, Harrison.
Okay.
Last name YEF.
Okay.
ERTON.
Okay. Okay. I see you now here. Okay.
I'm at 104 22nd Street. I'm directly across from the wine loft. They're across the street.
Yeah. And also just to add to that, I know, you know, we always talk about, you know, it comes down to enforcement. A lot of the times, you know, the council, you know, they, you know, come up with the laws and pass the laws and but you know, with the budget and everything. But then when it comes to the police department and things that they need to be doing, it really comes down to enforcement. I know recently, I know it's not every night, but I have been noticing a police officer just kind of parked in different areas on 1st.
Yes, we have seen that. Thank you.
So if we can, I don't know, maybe we can ask for that more often. I'm not sure if that could be possible. I don't know what the process looks like. I don't know, Don, Mr. Lupo, can you speak more onto that? Is that something that we can request, or like how would that process look? We would just ask for a formal request.
I'm taking notes.
Okay. And I think, yeah.
I do have one question, James. Was that last Sunday or the Sunday before?
As far as the drag racing deal?
Yes, was it this past Sunday night or Sunday a week ago?
That I saw the officer out there.
No, the drag racing.
Drag racing. Okay, I hear it all the time. So
Actually, it was both Sundays, Don.
Yeah,
Because Sunday a week ago, we made 2 arrests, confiscated 2 cars, several weapons, and I'm not aware that it happened this past Sunday night. I
did.
know Sunday a week ago, it certainly did.
Yeah, they were racing last night too.
Okay.
It did tamper off for 1 or 2 days. It's pretty quiet, and then all of a sudden it picked right back up. But yeah, I saw 2 coming up 22nd Street racing, got to the light at 22nd and First, and then both turned simultaneously eastbound on First, heading out toward the airport for everybody who's not directionally challenged, but turning left and heading eastbound, and they were getting after it. 2 simultaneous turns.
I guess I have a question too. Is it sometimes I see down here, is it against the law for, like, if you have like 30 motorcycles or 30 cars lined up, is it against the law for them to like block the intersection so they can like all be in a pack together? Like, what is the deal with that? Is there a law against doing that? Like if the light is green, somebody like blocks the intersection and then allow their pack to go through that. Can anybody speak to that? Okay.
I have something to say, James, about
Okay.
the police officers knowing, we've been having that monthly, I guess it's once a month with Officer Davenport, Don. There's several of us representing different buildings that have started, and I don't know if Daryl ever gets his invitation, but he has been invited every time. And what we've been going over is what we can do as far as the noise from the nightclubs and the noise from the people on the street, which is really where the noise, it's not actually the nightclubs, it's people outside at 2 a.m. But I know last Friday morning at 2 a.m., I got woke out of a dead sleep, the motorcycles and the cars racing. It was so loud, and I'm on the 3rd floor in the back. My bedroom is on the alley side. That's how loud it was. And they said that, they're working on it. They're trying to do something, but I don't know what the result is going to be, except for like they do back in the day, you have police officers hiding their cars parked in and then, get into a chase, whatever. But it is exactly what you're saying. They block the intersections to where people with the right of the lane can't pass. But it's really turning into a terrible problem. So
yeah, and I think, like I say, if we can get more people or more police officers, kind of like you said, maybe hiding or just at least posted up at different times late at night, I think that would help a little bit. But I'm not sure. And you mentioned a meeting. What meeting? Who does that come from?
We started it because I think Davenport set them up for us because we kept calling about the noise and stuff. And then, so who all's on it, Don? I can't remember. James is on it, me, you, and like I said, representatives from the other buildings. And I think you were in on it one time.
Yeah, I remember one meeting I was involved in, but ever since that one meeting, I haven't received anything else. I'm not sure if Councilor Quinn has either.
I sent him out. He's on my list. Because I got it right here when we had the last one of who all I sent it to. Okay. And I did send it to you November I think it was in November. So I don't know, maybe it got 8, but y'all were included.
I apologize for missing that, but also could you include Miss Erlene Prince? She's with Councilor O'Quinn. I think she may be on the call now. I think I did see her. But I don't want to, I guess, hopefully we can get something done. Like I said, more people hiding. I'm not for sure. But with that being said, are there any more questions for Councilor O'Quinn? I know we do have Ms. Prince on and also Kim Phillips on from his office. I'm not sure if they want to add anything.
I do have one question for Daryl.
Okay.
Daryl, could you give us an update on the sale of the public parking decks that's downtown, please?
Yes, sir. Can give you an update. The update is that conversation is over and there will be no sale of the public parking decks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep,
Great. Thank you, Daryl. I appreciate that.
no problem.
Can you give any specifics on that? Like what happened?
Yeah. So glad to. So, that was something that, of course, the mayor's office and the council was exploring. And I think that, the mayor's office couldn't get sufficient council support to make it happen. So it was maybe 2-3 weeks ago that the mayor stopped by my office after council meeting and let me know that he was going to call Bill Smith and tell him, look, I can't get the council to get behind this. So, it's over with. And, the follow-up is that I've been urging Mayor Woodfin to do everything in his capacity to implement some reforms at the Birmingham Parking Authority. No, there's probably people with varying opinions, but based on the feedback that I've gotten from property owners and even from people who live downtown that have tried to get leases with the parking authority, they've told me that, the parking authority has been difficult to work with. I know that there are some businesses that have decided to locate outside the city of Birmingham because of the parking situation downtown. I know that there are businesses that have given consideration to locating downtown that have not done so because the parking authority wasn't willing to work with them. So there definitely needs to be some reform there. And one of the things that has come out of the conversation about the potential sale of the parking decks is that, they're actually bringing in quite a bit of revenue, like on the order of, $6 million a year in revenue. But a large portion of that revenue is going towards overhead. So there definitely needs to be some, reform there. They're actually in the midst of an executive search to identify a new executive director. I have been urging them since day one coming into office to get someone competent in that position, who actually has professional training in that field and experience in managing similar types of facilities elsewhere. So, hopefully in the coming months, we will see some good leadership in place there and see some reforms starting to be implemented.
All right, thank you. Because when I first heard it, I didn't quite understand I understood the high level, but it just didn't make sense to me as far as like with my background, as far as like business and stuff. It didn't really make a lot of sense. But anyway, but thank you for that update on that.
Yes, sir.
Miss Prince, did you have anything or Kim?
May I ask the Mr. Quinn another question?
Yeah, of course.
I have noticed there's been an increased amount of parking tickets, but there doesn't seem to be a great collection effort. And you can actually, I guess for better words, you can spy on people if you know their license plate and you can look up how much they owe. And I'm on 22nd Street, and that's a favorite target for parking tickets. But there's a car out here that I think the car is probably, I think the parking ticket's worth more than the car. What is the effort at collecting or impounding cars or doing like they do in Philadelphia, the two people that ride around in the van and boot them and or haul them off? I mean, what it seems like a huge revenue source that just goes unnoticed.
Sure. So according to what I'm told from our Director of Department of Transportation, there has been increased effort from the Birmingham Police Department to actually tow illegally parked vehicles. I don't have any data to be able to share with you about, what that looks like. I can tell you, based on my experience, that up to recently, the city of Birmingham didn't do a lot of towing of illegally parked vehicles, even when they were parked in alleys where there's clearly a unequivocal ordinance that says that you cannot park in an alley. So there has been some increase in towing. I'm not exactly, sure exactly what that looks like yet, but the other thing that I'll share with you is probably is one of Birmingham's dirty little secrets, in that we actually, the law does not give us legal authority to restrict your vehicle registration or place a lien on your property or put out a warrant for your arrest or some other sort of penalty if you don't pay your traffic fine. So that is something that we have communicated to the state legislature, and it's part of the city of Birmingham's legislative agenda is to actually get those fines connected to your renewal of your vehicle registration, such that, when you renew your vehicle registration, you would have to pay your parking tickets in order to get your vehicle registration. That is not the case currently. So that's something that we're working towards. Whenever I came into office, I actually spoke with Judge Sparks about this. And at the time, there was something like $3.7 million in outstanding parking fines. And I don't know where that number is currently, but I doubt that we've put a major dent in it, just because of the fact that we don't have the tools at the moment to force people to pay those fines.
Okay. I happen to notice one of the cars is from one of the law schools around here, so you probably know the person probably knows the law. So
that's right. Yeah, we have some repeat offenders. There's people on the list that owe several $1,000s in parking fines.
Yeah. So you've answered the question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that, Councilor O'Quinn. Any more questions?
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. Again, I'm gonna give Mrs. Prince and Miss Phillips a chance to speak. Okay. All right. So we can move along though. All right. I think I saw Andre. He's our CRR. I think he called in. You have an update for us, Andre?
Good evening, everyone. The only thing I had was I received the email today from CAB in reference to the upcoming election for neighborhoods. And based on what they're saying is by March 31st, they will have decided on a date that we will have the neighborhood elections. The goal was to do it January 12th. We surpassed that date. So they are actually going to be meeting and trying to determine what the next date will be. And it's my understanding that that'll happen prior to March the 31st. So as I receive additional information, James, I will pass that information on to you and also the other neighborhoods. But enjoyed being out with you guys yesterday for the cleanup. I thought it was a success, and thank y'all for inviting us out.
No problem. Thank you for participating as well. So what you're saying is with the neighborhood elections, they're stuck with me. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you. I saw the trash bags, they were picked up. Was it today or yesterday? I saw it, they just magically disappeared. So I want to thank Public Works and your coordination of that, or Mrs. Prince, whoever got it done.
I emailed Ralph and on yesterday, and I think they may have either got him yesterday afternoon or this morning. And also, Ms. Prince, that mattress and all that stuff that was out there, he did send me an email today that they did clean up the rest of what we didn't get in that area. So all that's gone.
Oh, great. Thank you. Mhm.
Oh, all right. Thank you. Does that conclude your report?
Yes, sir. That's all I have.
All right. Thank you. Do we have anybody from Rev on the call?
Yeah, James, Rob's here.
Hey man, how you doing?
Hey everyone, I'm Rob Butto. Good, how are y'all?
All right.
I'll just give a quick report on CAP and Rev. From a Rev standpoint, currently we're really focusing on helping small businesses and our districts, including downtown, get connected with the appropriate banks for the new round of PPP funding, and just kind of walking through guidelines in case anyone has any questions regarding that. We are also working on with the local restaurants and even some of the local retailers, just the shared space agreement, which we worked with the city on, allowing the expanded outdoor dining and things like that. We finished up the Great Receipt Race. I believe I kind of talked with y'all about that in November at our last meeting. That was kind of a shop local campaign just to really incentivize people to shop at our local businesses and, eat at our local restaurants. And downtown was and I realized there are multiple neighborhoods downtown, but overall downtown was the most well represented with the most receipts submitted by a fairly significant margin. So that was really good to see. And lastly, we are in the process of working on a recovery plan, really, to make sure that when things do start to open up, when it's safe, that, we're really out there supporting our local businesses as much as possible and making sure that the district can be as vibrant as possible. From a CAP standpoint, not a whole lot to report. Things seem to be going fairly well in the CAP district. In regards to tomorrow in the inauguration, we don't have any credible threats, but we are going to be fully staffed and all hands on deck. And we are working with Birmingham Police and City Hall to make sure that we are sharing as much information as possible. Other than that, if y'all have any, any requests, any intel, anything like that, anything you'd like to see our ambassadors patrol or clean a little bit more frequently, I'll shoot or I'll drop my email in chat here. Just feel free to shoot me an email and we'll get it added to their list and make sure that they're addressing everything that the neighborhood feels like they need to address. But other than that, that's all I have.
Donna, I see your hand is up. So
No, I'm just propped up.
Oh, well, not Donna. I'm sorry.
Oh, Donna, I'm sorry.
All right, Donna, you can go ahead. You're on mute right now.
I'm sorry, Rob, I have a question. A couple of meetings ago, they said that there had been a on CAPS, if we saw somebody having a mental health episode, that we could call in and this person would come out and I guess kind of go over the situation, talk to the person. What happened to that person, that position? Is it?
Jessica is our homeless outreach coordinator. She is still on the team, and she is she's I guess been plugged in now for about 3 months. So she's turning and burning She's doing really good, and she's been plugged in with OneRoof and all of our service providers downtown. All that to say, I can plug in her email and her phone number. If y'all ever see anything that you feel like she can help out on, she is in a great position to do that.
Well, the reason I asked, maybe I just didn't understand, but there was a guy across the street having a complete episode come apart, making himself throw up. I mean, it was just terrific. And I called CAPS, and the guy told me nobody like that was there. And I said, well, I don't know if you call them mental health. I don't know what you call them, but I was told in our meeting, he said he had never heard of it before.
Okay.
And that no such position existed.
She has a direct CAP issued phone number that you don't have to call through dispatch or the CAP dispatch. So I'll post that, and y'all will be able to contact her directly. And she has that phone with her on at all times. So,
but whoever's answering the phone should be aware, shouldn't they?
Yes, and I think I know who you have pointed to, and we have since made a transition in that level of management on the team. So we've had multiple issues with I think that person that you may have identified.
Rob,
but I'll put her direct number in here.
Okay, great, thanks.
Rob, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Some time ago, I was contacted by the folks at Rev about an expansion of the, I can't remember what you call it, business development district or something, to include more of the eastern side of downtown.
Yes.
Where is that process, or is it still an ongoing project?
That is still very much an ongoing project. Atticus Rominger on our team has, he is the person that is working on that project directly. I know he is working on the eastern expansion in the Loft District and Parkside as well. And I believe they were waiting on a couple of pieces from the state legislature to come through, and I'll have to have him maybe in the next month's meeting give y'all an update on where we stand with all that. But I can request that, and he'll be happy to provide an update.
All right. Any more questions for Rev? All right, thank you, Rob.
Oh yeah, and last thing, like Councilor O'Quinn put in the chat, we are working with the city on some streetscape improvements for 20th Street. I know we talked to y'all a little bit about the parking day ones in front of Trattoria Zaza that y'all saw a few months ago. We are continuing to work on that, and we're making great progress, but hopefully we'll have something a little bit more to share here in the next couple weeks, but I think we're making some good progress.
Clarify what is streetscape.
Improving, not only improving the landscaping on 20th Street, but some of the hardscaping. So removing some of the old concrete, some old infrastructure that may no longer be in use, just cleaning everything up, giving it a more age-appropriate look, and just refreshing everything in general.
So again, I live on the corner of 22nd Street and First Avenue North. Came and removed a tree about 2 years ago, and my wife is called. She's a persistent lady, and they said the arborist would be down. The city arborist would be down to pick out the appropriate tree. So far, I have a nice dirt pile for 2 years. Is there a way to get a tree?
Well, that would be outside of the scope that we're undertaking. That would probably be a better question for maybe someone on the city's staff.
I could be wrong, but I think that may be like the, is that the city done on that?
I'll handle it.
Okay, all right.
Okay. You can come by and I'll show you my dirt pile.
All right. Rob, anything else before we move on?
That's it. That's all I have. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your report. Aldot, I think, thought I saw Sharon. Did she jump on?
I'm here, James.
Hey, how are you?
I am well. Happy New Year to everybody. Not a long report this evening. We're 99% finished with the interstate and the lights, and the only update we have today is for City Walk. And we have been in conversations with the company that's going to be doing a new website for City Walk. So you'll be able to get an update from the new website. It will be updated. Also, we're hoping to have the contract let, working with Federal Highway now within the next month. Other than that, Aldot is pretty on point and on schedule, unless there are some questions.
When do I get my dog park?
Well, the contract hopefully will be let within the next month. And from that point on, I'll be able to give you more of a timeline on each block.
Do we, I know you said a new website. Is it still going to be like City Walk B or whatever it was, or is it going to be totally different? If so, do we have a landing page or like a website that's not ready yet or anything?
It's going to be the same handle as far as the website goes. It's just going to be updated with new information and concerning City Walk itself.
Okay. And I think that website is City Walk Beham. I'm gonna do a quick search.
It is.
Okay.
It is. It's City Walk Beham.
All right. citywalkbeham.com. Okay. Any questions for Mrs. Long? All right, with Aldot?
Miss Crockett is on the line as well. Mr. Leonard is not with us this evening, but he will hopefully be with us next month or when we get the project let.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
It sounds like you nailed it. So Mr. Crockett, she doesn't have anything to add. Hello, by the way, Ms. Crockett. Okay, I think that wraps up our open reports. Is Molly Brunson on? Are you on? All right. We will just scratch all of this. Hopefully she'll send in more information so that we can.
James,
Yeah.
I'm confused. Molly Brunson did not represent Avene. The only one she represented was Casanova that was going into the building on 20th and 2nd.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm sorry, Lou. She did. I've talked to Gray extensively about what she asked for and what she was supposed to have asked for. And what she asked for was not what Gray Maddox, the owner of the place on 2nd Avenue, had requested. He has it's a retail, I don't know what the classification's called actually, but he is a restaurant and he serves alcohol, but he also sells alcohol. And she did not request the portion where it allows him to do retail sales. She only requested a retail liquor license, which, on premises.
So are you talking about the Casanova place?
No, sir.
Well, that's what was supposed to be 2nd Avenue and 20th Street. Which one are you talking about? Avene?
No, yes. This is on 2nd Avenue in the 2300 block or whatever.
Avenue, Lou.
Yes, it's Avenue, which
Whatever.
which in French means drunk. But and we should all be there anyway. But she she was supposed to come back and request the proper license, which obviously she's not on here, so.
Yeah, like I said, this Casanova and this base code, she reached out to me a couple weeks ago. You know, like we need information before we have this meeting to even, you know, talk about things. So that's why I scratched these two out.
Well, James, I'm sorry, but can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
It does not make sense to me to have anything sent out as an agenda if the person has not registered with you to make a presentation and provided you with basic information, such as the address and the basic concept and the approval that they're asking for. There are a number of people that might be concerned about any given project if they knew what the heck was going to be on the agenda. What we have here doesn't tell us anything.
Right. Yeah, and I agree. And I think you were I think you called in late. That's why we amended the.
No, I was here when you took it off the agenda. I'm saying it never should have been on the agenda if someone has not registered to speak and make a presentation. You know, that's just basic meeting protocol to me. But I have something else to say about that presentation on Casanova last time, because after the meeting, I went back and listened to the tape again, the recorded message. And right at the end, apparently the young lady didn't realize her microphone was still on. And her comment as she was going off was racist bastards. Now, you know, I don't want to have a big fight with anybody, but that is ridiculous. If we are going to be asked to talk about a business getting approval for anything, then that business needs to have representatives that know how to do business and not act like silly little children. And so, you know, I don't know who's going to come back to present that Casanova thing, but if it's that woman, I've already voted no. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
All right. I need to go back and listen to that. I must have missed it. But
please do. I would suggest everybody go back and listen to it because it's very clear. Racist bastards. And it was because we were asking questions about what the project was. She kept talking about this big outdoor patio area, which, you know, the building is surrounded by sidewalks, so nobody could figure out where this big outdoor patio area was. The whole presentation was a cluster. I'm not going to use the other word, but you know what I mean.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. And I think that's, of course, something the neighborhood needs to know. So thank you for sharing that. Is there, Don, do you have anything else? We can move on, maybe.
I'm trying to get Gray on the phone, but he's not answering.
Okay. Well, we could, like I said, there's nothing really to be approved now. So, I mean, we can move on, to be honest. Do we have anybody on the call? Like, I didn't receive anything as far as like public voices, but I really just open this up for, you know, if we have a neighbor that would like to say something, no more than 3 minutes, of course, or 2 minutes or whatever. It can be short if you like. But is there anybody else that want to add anything before we move on to old business?
Unmute, Donna.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say in reference to what Lou just explained, somebody contacted us that was on the meeting and heard it. And that's how we knew. And we're not the only ones that have been listened to the audio and it's on there. But my point is that we come to this as neighbors. We come here to try to, you know, we want the city to be a neighborhood, a working relationship. We want what makes it downtown. We do want the bars, we do want the restaurants, but I don't think that and you know, this is just something that's got to be said, I'm sorry, is that if you're of a different race and you bring up a question, that does not make us racist. And that mentality should not be allowed in the meetings, which you did not even know that she did it. But we have to face the fact that we're all here together and we all want the same thing. And that this young lady to say that at the end of the meeting, it's ridiculous. And the fact that we shouldn't feel like we can't say anything, that we're going to be judged, that's just not going to fly. We're going to have it where everybody can talk, everybody brings their thoughts to the table. Doesn't matter which building you live in, where you live, or what color you are. We are all here for the same reason.
Right. Yeah, thank you for that comment. And I agree 100%. I mean, I don't know. You should be able to ask questions, and whoever comes, to the neighborhood should be prepared to answer the questions. So, like I said, I didn't hear it, but I'm going to go back and listen, and we can kind of just go from there. And
just to confirm, I did go back, and Lou and Donna are correct. It's very, very clear what this woman said.
Okay.
1 hour and 22 minutes.
All right. Don, before we move on, I saw you on the phone.
Great. Great. Well, it's probably a good idea that she's not on the call, but Gray asked if he doesn't get this done, then he's going to have to wait another month. And, she has really messed him over. He's asked if you could send him the link to this meeting, he'll get on immediately. If you could send it to graymaddox@hotmail.com.
And this is for the first one, right? Not the second and third, not Casanova, and not the base boat, right?
The first one, yes.
Okay.
graymaddox@hotmail.com.
All right, I will.
And he'll get on.
Okay. Gray is spell it.
Gray.
A-Y, okay.
maddox@hotmail.com.
All right, I just sent it to him. So
all right, I'm gonna call him and tell him.
Okay, but we're probably gonna have some questions, and hopefully be prepared to answer.
He's the owner, so if he can't answer them, then they're not going to get answered.
Okay.
All right, he just sent you the link.
So as far as any more, Donna, thank you for your comment. Does anyone else has anything to say? All right. As far as like the old business, I know Councilor Quinn, he had already mentioned that we had a nice turnout for the neighborhood cleanup. I know Donna, you had mentioned before about making sure everybody had access to the information. I hopefully a lot of people did, and they heard about it. We had over 20 people to come out, which I think is a good thing. From the first one, we had maybe, 10 people or so. So I do think it's growing, and I think it's something that we need to continue to do. I do know that in the future, I know in the past we did something at Marconi Park as far as planting like new flowers or anything like that. But I do want you all to share ideas that you all would like to do. And of course, we know we still have COVID going on. So I know that's a big issue still, but anytime that we can get together and be safe as possible, I think it's important, because if you like me, I do work from home, and it's sometimes you just need to get out and just see people and talk to people. I think that's important. And also too, we have people moving in and out of downtown. So anytime you can at least see your neighbors or get involved with the neighborhood people, I think that's a good thing. So I want to thank the people who showed up and helped out. A lot of times people don't want to come to meetings. They just want to like do stuff to help people. So I think this was the cleanup day yesterday was a situation like that. So I do appreciate the people coming out to support. New business, nothing really new. I think we can move along. I will say that I'm not sure how the pandemic is going to turn out with the vaccines and everything, but I think our meetings online is really is helpful to get more people involved. So if we can continue to do that until things change, we will continue to do this until, you know, we hear different information as far as the people, the hospitalization and the vaccine, people taking it. So I think this is a good platform to get more people involved. So I don't want to hold you all too much longer. 7:09.
Hey, James, Gray is on the call now.
Oh, okay. Hey, Gray, how are you? I'm James Sullivan. I represent Central City as the president. So pretty much just, you probably already know, Molly, she came on, I think in October, and she presented, I think you had sent her some pictures of what you were trying to do. And I think as far as I can recall, and please correct me if I'm wrong, it was just a restaurant. And but I don't think there was a liquor thing, you know, a request involved, but again, correct me if I'm wrong. So the floor is yours, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have some questions. So go ahead. And if you called in on your phone, I think it's *6 to unmute. Gray, are you there?
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you.
Here we go. All right. Sorry about that. So yes, unfortunately, a little bit of misrepresentation from Molly Woods. She did not have a clear understanding of what our concept was. And so what we are doing is we are a wine bar and retail shop. And so with that, what we offer is wine prices wine at retail prices. We give you the option of being able to come in and buy wine at retail prices and leave. Or if you would like to stay and enjoy it with us, then there is the retail price plus a $20 corkage fee. We have a very small liquor program as well, just to do classic cocktails. But it means, you know, 2 gins, two vodkas, 2 scotches. It's not a very deep liquor program by any means. And then we've also, we have meat and cheese boards that we offer, as well as small toasts and small plates. And so our original concept was with El Barrio, Bamboo, and La Fresca being on a wait all the time. There was really only 2 places to go, which was either Collins Bar or Queens Park. And so we wanted to offer a little bit more of a higher end option of a place for people to go and have fun and enjoy a glass or 2 of wine, maybe a little bit of meat and cheese, and then go over to their reservation or to come and visit us after the dinner. And so I feel so far we've had some really good response. We've had a lot of positive feedback. Unfortunately, Molly has gotten us the incorrect liquor license. However, she's, I thought, was working on getting us the correct one due to KIV's decision of allowing us to still do retail curbside. That's allowing us to continue to do what we need to do on our end. Now, you know, for right now, what I can see with the menu that you guys have pulled up, this menu has changed. Mm-hmm. We have a, if you would like, I could send you the link to our website. And on our website, we have a current food, wine by the glass, cocktail, and wine by the bottle menu that is also coordinated with our online ordering as well.
What is the email address? I mean,
it's www.avinebeham.com.
So I guess Is the address correct? Is that the, do
Oh,
you see
the address, I'm sorry. Yeah, the actual address is correct. It is 2225 Second Avenue North.
Okay.
We are located in the Thomas Building on the very bottom floor.
James, can I say something real quick?
Of course, yes.
I've been to Avon twice, and it is a wonderful, spectacular addition to Second Avenue North. It is a top-notch place. The people are very, very nice in there, and it is a great addition to Second Avenue North and North Side in general. And I highly recommend for people to come take a look at what this guy has done. It's unusual, but a fabulous place. And I just want to tell you that I really approve about what this guy is doing. And I just want to make sure that everybody else knows.
Thank you,
And
Mr.
James, just to piggyback on, I think there was Harrison. I've known Gray for a number of years from Highlands Bar and Grill, and his fiance Ashley from Chez Fonfon. And Harrison's right. They know what they're doing. And Harrison, I know we're not on here to one up each other, but I was there 3 nights last week. So
It's actually Sydney.
I'm just a name dropper. So I love the place. And I think, this would be a really good thing for the neighborhood.
So Don, it was actually Sydney who was talking.
Oh, Sydney. Sydney.
Well, I haven't been in. I've been, because I walk down here. I haven't been in, but it looks nice, and I will be sure to, to check it out, of course. But everything.
Great addition.
Legit. Yeah, it does look like a great addition. But
I'm just glad to know how to pronounce it now.
Hey, Gina, if nothing else, just say drunk.
I've heard Avonay and all kinds of fancy, so Avon makes it much simpler.
Well, yeah, it unfortunately it looks that way, and we're always going to have to correct people just due to the accent. But Avonay is the correct French pronunciation, and it's
Right. It is Avonay.
It is Avonay.
It is
It's a French adjective to describe people that's had a little too much to drink, or just
Exactly.
a little bit of a pun, but there really wasn't a great wine retail shop downtown. We felt like the guys over in Crestline at the Piggly Wiggly, which we've known for an awful long time, they do a great job. And Golden Age over in Mountain Brook, those guys do a great job too. But there just really wasn't something on this side of the mountain that you could go to and get a quality bottle of wine, I felt like. And so, to hopefully add along with the downtown scene, Ashley and I have been extremely fortunate to know Sam and Sam Fallon, Bernie Smith from Bamboo. I worked with them at Azalea in 1995, so I've known them for a very long time. Marco from La Fresca, he and I were roommates about 20 years ago, so we've known each other for an awfully long time too. And then we worked with Jeff Lockhart and Brian Summershield and Mike Wu from El Barrio and Paramount. And so it just really feels like a really tight niche neighborhood, and that everybody's been really gracious so far to help us out.
Okay. Are there any more questions? I think y'all can see the website that I'm on. Does anyone want me to click on anything to view, or I don't know?
So James, I think we ought to give Gray the opportunity to tell us what he's asking for.
Yeah, that was my next. Yeah, that was gonna be my next thing I ask him. So what do you need from us? Yeah.
With the current license that Molly ended up getting me, it's a restaurant license, and what that does is it allows me to serve liquor, serve food, and also serve wine. What it doesn't allow me to do is to serve retail. However, with Kay Ivy's decision to do curbside, that gives us the opportunity to continue to do that. So what I need as a proper license is a lounge Class A license that would not allow anyone under 19 to come in. and no children, of course, but that allows me to have the retail, our liquor program, and also the food as well. And so that's what I'm trying to accomplish right now. I've spoken with Valencia at ABC as well as Molly Woods, and they tell me that we should be able to get this turned around, hopefully within the next couple of weeks or the first couple of weeks of February.
Move we approve it.
I'll make a motion that we accept the license as Gray just presented it.
Second.
I hate to do this, but who made the motion?
It was Sherry Hillier.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm at City Federal, Sherry Hillier.
All right. Hey, how are you? And who seconded? I think I heard, was it Lou?
Yeah, we had about 3 people say it, I think.
I get you down. So since this is on the call or Zoom, is there anyone against this?
No.
All right. All right. So Gray, I need the updated form. I'm not sure if you have it or not. I need to get that from you, and then I can send it to you or whoever you want me to send it to with the up or down vote on it. So that's what I need from you.
Okay. I'll need to figure out what, this is all very new to me, unfortunately. So if there's a form that you guys can send me, or if there's one particular that I need to go and find myself, then just let me know.
I'll tell you what, I have your information, so I can reach out to you and let you know what form it is. But
okay.
Usually I think you have to go to City Hall and request for something.
Okay.
I can give you at least the name of it, but I don't have.
Yeah, sure. Whatever I need to do, I'm really just doing everything I can to be part of the community and do things correctly.
Okay. All right. Well, we really appreciate you calling in at the last moment.
Thank you all very much for reaching out. I really do, especially Don Lupo. Thank you very much.
And I was saying, so Molly's last name is Woods and not Brunson.
From what I understand, it's Woods.
Okay. I just want to be sure that I'm, having correct information. Which,
yes, sir.
We need your tax dollars, Gray.
And I would be happy to give them.
I mean, we like to drink wine, but in return, we get your tax dollars. So that's a good thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I can't tell you how much I've been so blessed for so much support so quickly from the neighborhood, and I'm very grateful for it all.
Okay, well, thank you again, and I think we're right at 7:22. I don't have anything else. Are there any more remarks before I guess we adjourn for the night? All right. So again, happy 2021. I look forward to serving this year. I'm continuously learning and learning from everyone. So if you have anything, always, just feel free to reach out. Okay. And I appreciate everybody and what y'all do to make our neighborhood the best. Okay. So we will see you. Hold on. I have 2 chat. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so yeah, people see the chat, I think. So with that being said, the meeting is adjourned, and everybody be safe, okay? And I'll see y'all next time.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it, James.
All right, thank y'all.
Tracy is looking at